Well, welcome everyone. My name is Dan Moisand. I have with me here today Tommy Lucas and Kevin McDermott, two of our newest shareholders here at Moisand Fitzgerald Tamayo. Tommy here is an enrolled agent, which is a license given by the IRS, issued by the IRS itself, for people to give tax advice and represent taxpayers in front of the agency. He's also a certified financial planner professional. Kevin McDermott, certified public accountant, CPA, is our tax manager, runs the entire tax department. So we thought we'd have a little chat about taxes because it's tax filing season once again. So, gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
One of the things that we provide here that many other firms do not is actual tax advice. So, Kevin, if you just give a couple minutes on the difference between tax advice and tax planning.
Tax planning it can be more general. It can be suggestions. Here's a list of things to keep in mind. Here's some deductions to think about. Tax advice is more specific. Tax advice is looking at what you have and saying, I think this is the year you need to harvest some gains while you're at this low rate. It will save you taxes in the long run. So it's a difference between a very general, keep this in mind, I want you to think about this, and really taking on the responsibility ourselves of giving you specific advice to save you taxes.
Yeah. I did a brief write-up and video back in August about this subject, and that was a recommendation. It's a big difference between recommendation and responsibility versus a suggestion, right? Yeah. So we're very happy to provide that. We've got 3 CPAs on staff and 7 enrolled agents. So we got plenty of people available to give tax advice to those clients that want it. So this year, let's get into filing for 2025. The traditional filing date's always been April 15th, but we haven't seen an April 15th filing deadline in years. So, Tommy, can you tell us why we're back on the tradition?
Yeah, no. So it seems like you said, for many years, there's been something that's got in the way, going all the way back to COVID back in 2020. And then since then, here in Florida, we've had lots of hurricanes and things come through. So I think we're all very happy that neither health nor, hurricanes are coming through. So nothing to delay the deadline. So this year, so far as we know, it's going to be an April 15th deadline. It's not looking to change. So with that, a lot of the tax forms dealing with brokerage accounts, the custodians tend to push out giving those to us. And so usually it's at the end of February. And so luckily, we'll get those forms. We'll know when that's coming in. And so if we're managing your account, we'll see that and we'll be able to work on the return. That being said, to get that April 15th deadline and to ensure and guarantee that we'll be able to get it done in time, we do want to have those documents in by March 11th. All the other documents that we don't manage. So, and then the final thing is with the IRS, they're notorious for being, just a little bit slow. And especially this year, the resources are kind of cutting headcount and things like that. So anything you can do to do things electronically, like direct deposit, making extension payments online, those are definitely things you want to do. If you're getting a paper refund check, IRS actually just came out and said it's going to take at least 10 weeks, if not more, to get those. So anything you can do to make things electronic is beneficial.
Right. All right. Well, we'll get back to the extensions in a minute, but first I want to go to Kevin on obtaining information from clients to get their returns done. We're kind of excited, a little nervous because it's a new thing, but the capabilities of the new system we're using to collect that data, I think it's going to be much more user-friendly for clients and for the tax preparers. So can you tell us a little bit about that process now?
Yeah, I think this will be really helpful. If you're doing your personal tax return with us, then you should have already received an email from me saying, hey, you'll be hearing from Stanford Tax. Stanford Tax is a new system that we're using this year. I think, to Dan's point, it's going to be easier. It gives you the spot where you can read and sign the engagement letter. There's a questionnaire included. A lot of things, making sure we have up-to-date, accurate information and making sure we're asking the kind of questions that could change your tax return. And then we also have a list of specific documents for you at the bottom. And I think that's what's going to be really helpful. Instead of just saying, give us everything, we're saying, here are the actual things we're expecting from you. So I think it'll be helpful. It'll be a little easier to upload than it was on the old portal as well. So we're optimistic about it. And I think it'll make tax season go a little bit more smoothly for the client and hopefully for us as well.
Yeah, and I understand that even though the process to get on the system is pretty easy, it's just a link.
Yeah,
Secure.
that's right. It's very secure. There's no username or password you need to remember. There are a few links to your email address or email addresses for, husband and wife. So if there's other email addresses you want us to link to your account, we're happy to do so. If you get help from your, adult children or, your parents, we're happy to loop them in as needed, but it should be pretty easy to get into.
Fantastic. Now, every year there's a number of clients that simply cannot possibly get their forms and data and information to you in time for April 15th tax filing deadline. So Kevin helped us out with a basic description of that a couple of years ago. You could find that on the site under the title, What You Need to Know About Extensions and New Tax Rules. But Tommy, if you could just cover the basics about extensions.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. So, this idea of, extensions are, the worst thing that's kind of gone around a little bit. It's not. You're not put on some secret list for the IRS that, you're being deceptive or anything like that. And having 5 children myself, life gets in the way. And so there's lots of reasons for extensions, and whatever that may be, totally okay and totally normal. And so it gives you an extra 6 months to file. And so for whatever reason, if we need to file an extension, we'll go ahead and do that beyond the March 11th deadline. And all that does is it gives us more time to be able to accurately prepare the return and make sure that we don't make any mistakes. We don't want to rush this process. We only want to file once. And so now the big thing is it's an extension to file. It's not an extension to pay your tax liability. So we want to make sure if we need to make what's known as an extension payment, that we make that by that April 15th deadline. And so while, even if you have some documents, whatever you can send in, even beyond March 11th, to help us try and figure out what that tax liability may be, closer we can get to that, the better we can dial in what that extension payment may be. And we'll be conservative on that because we don't want a late payment penalty, but we'll be coordinating with our clients along the way who are filing extensions to make sure that we're doing what we can to avoid that.
Right. My understanding is the IRS does not charge for an extension, and they're automatic.
They are. Yes.
You will not get denied if you apply for it.
Absolutely. Very simple process. They couldn't make it easier. Yeah.
Now, if you're getting a refund,
Yes.
you probably don't want to wait till October 15th to file.
Yeah.
At least you don't have to worry about the April 15th.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Kevin, anything else about taxes, filing taxes for 2025 you want to?
Yeah, you may have seen this in the news, but there's a lot of scams going on. There's a lot of people who are reaching out through text, calling your cell phone, saying, I'm the IRS, you owe us money, we're going to throw you in jail unless you go buy Walmart gift cards. And so, it sounds silly, but they're very good at this. They're very convincing. They can make you scared and think you need to take action. The IRS does not reach out to you that way. They reach out through the mail 99% of the time. It's going to be a letter in the mail. So if you're getting a text or a call and somebody says, I'm the IRS, you owe back taxes, we're going to throw you in jail, pause.
Yep.
Talk to us. We'll let you know this sounds not real. Don't worry about it. Block them. We'll let you know if it does seem like something legitimate that we need to look into, and we can call the IRS and figure it out. So just if those things are coming up, take a breath. Use us as a resource to help you decide if it's something you truly need to worry about or not. There's a senior deduction that is now available
Brand new.
through legislation from last year. We're going to make sure everybody who's eligible for that gets that. So nothing specific you need to send us for that. And we've got your date of birth. We'll be able to make sure you get it if you are eligible for it. And we'll be looking at all the other changes in the tax law as well. We'll let you know if there's anything new we need. There's going to be some changes this year. There's going to be some additional changes next year related to charitable contributions. So as you go through this 2026 calendar year, hold on to those charitable receipts, even if you did not get a deduction in the past for those. Yeah, they could come in beneficially next year. Lastly, if you are my age and you're on Instagram Reels and TikTok and you're seeing videos about tax advice and here's a strategy to put your business name on your car and employ your children and find secret, loopholes in the tax code, most of those are not real. I don't want you to take those to heart. Tax planning is really household specific, and tax advice that we give is going to be about your situation. If you see one of those things and you think it might apply to you and you want to ask, feel free to ask. I get these questions from clients all the time. I'm happy to walk through that. Yes, this is real, but it only applies in this situation. And we can talk through whether that actually applies for you. So just take those with a healthy dose of skepticism and run it by us.
Yeah. And you guys have a different phone line to call at the IRS. You still wait on hold for long periods of time now and then, but nonetheless, there's a line for, and you have access to the IRS's preparers that the public doesn't.
Yeah, that's right. So if we're preparing your tax return and you're getting notices or communications from the IRS, please let us know. We can call that practitioner priority line that you don't have access to. And to your point, Dan, with their staffing and cuts, sometimes it'll take us a while to get through, but we'll be able to get there faster than you'll be able to.
Yes, hopefully we won't have half the staff running around the office with their cell phones waiting for the IRS to call them back as we have in some past years because things have calmed down, as you pointed out. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for spending some time with us to talk about taxes. I know you had a little tax talk with the tax team.
Yeah.
And as Kevin said, if you have questions or anything, please reach out and contact us. We'd love to hear you. We have 3 CPAs and 7 enrolled agents on staff, all able to give you tax advice should you need it. And thank you for joining us today.